Hey everybody, this is Carrie from Paper Adventures back for another 50 Stack Challenge 6. And if you've been here before, you know I'm fixing to re-explain this for any new viewers. So this is a challenge created by CraftyCat. And what she has done, she's put 50 prompts into a bag, and each week she draws 2 out. And you are to create an ephemera piece based upon the 2 words that she pulls out. As an example, last week we were on 33 and 34. 33, she pulled out the word ticket, so you make something however you want to interpret that. And you can see here's my tickets. I just made a tag. And I will have that that video linked. I think at the very front somewhere you'll see a card. I think on the right side at the beginning there, somewhere at the beginning. And 34 was trim. So I made a pocket, and I guess I did an overkill of trim there and here. But that's what I did. So anyways, by the end of the challenge, you'll have at least 50 pieces, if not more. Because sometimes you'll end up making more things, which I did a few times here. So, okay, so... And also, if you want to join the challenge, you'll just do hashtag 50 Stack Challenge 6 if you would like to do that. Okay, now let me find my paper. Sorry, I don't have that ready. I thought I had put that down here somewhere, but something tells me I threw that away. So let me just tear some more paper up. And the only reason I do this is so I can, at the end, you know, I can keep these little pieces of paper with whatever I create. Because at the end, I want to actually go through it, pick my favorites, and all of that fun stuff. Okay, number 37. Is circle. And 38 is advertisement. Okay, dokie. So anyways, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, here we have 37 circle and 38 advertisement. I did made this into a pretty big, well, I mean, a bigger project than normal. So just to kind of go over to what I did, I mean, it's self-explanatory probably, but so for circle, this is just a, what do you call these, flashcard? I had got these because I was making my grandson a junk journal, I guess, an activity book, if I can get that out. And so I just used one of those cards. This background I had made in one of the 50 stack challenges at the beginning. I believe the prompt was dots, but I ended up doing circles, not thinking. But anyways, so I've already used this paper in several of the things. I just love it as a background, but that's what I used. I did put a little sticker here and a little film thing, just, I don't know, I thought that was cute. And I went ahead and covered the back because I didn't know what I was going to do. I thought about making a pocket, you know, so it would have these 3 sides glued down so you wouldn't see back there, but I wasn't for sure, so I went ahead and just threw this on there. I printed this on a tissue paper, and it was actually something that my mom wrote. She had copied down some poems, and so I just copied that onto a tissue paper, and that way you can see the circles through there as well. So that's circle. And then advertisement. Okay, so what I did, I actually took an advertisement that I received in the mail for American Express, and so that's what this whole thing is. I did also put something that looks like an advertisement in here as well, which I'll show you that here in a bit, but I just went through, as you would have seen, covered all the pages, made it look old. I got all of these images out of these magazines called Reminisce. They were my mom's magazine, and so when she died, I got those, and I've already been able to use a lot of images from there because, look, we're not going to keep everything in our lives, so we might as well use them in something, refurbish them. And because, you know, I'm 53 and my kids are not going to want all of these books, these things, so I'm going to use them and make things with them. Now, this is a paper clip that I had made several months ago, had in my stash, and I'm just using it to close this up. I think that's Amelia Earhart, but that's another one of those things that I printed on tissue paper that was part of that poem. Just added some, that's an old tea bag. Right there, put some cheesecloth under there. And I used gesso. All of this white stuff is gesso to make it look, you know, old. And I just really like it. I also wanted to cover the blue. I really wasn't into the blue part. I guess I could have covered it all with paper, but I didn't want to do that. So there's the back of that. And let me open it up. Now this, the reason why I left it is because this is going to go in a book. Let me show you what I mean by that. Let me just grab a book that I can find here. Let's say this is a junk journal. You would glue this part to the page like this, and I feel like I'm going to end up needing to color that part right there, but and then that way it would just be a piece like that, so you'd be able to open it, if I can get this thing open, you know, and flip out from there. So now if I choose not to do that, all I have to do is just cover it you know, if I change my mind on it. But anyways, to open it, here we have some more pieces from the magazine. These 2 little pieces right here are old tape. Well, it's not old tape. I made it to look old, and what I did was just use alcohol ink and put pieces of tape on here and then colored the tape. So I was able to put that here. I made a pocket. So one of these pages had flipped out, and you probably saw that. I just cut it in half and used it to make a pocket. Made a little notepad. This was a little label piece that I had made. You can go back and see that I made just several labels out of stamps. I just stamped on paper and, you know, roughed it up, I guess, inked it and did all these things, stamping, stenciling, all of that. And I just stapled that to the top to give it, I don't know, some interest or whatever. So stuck that in here. And this, I don't know where I got this, but I have several of these, I don't know, cardstock cards. I don't know. Maybe they're Tim Holtz. I don't know. I got these a couple years ago, I think. And I was going to sew around here, but my sewing machine kept messing up. And as you can see, it ripped the paper out. So I just stapled it to it. And so that could be a writing spot. Put that on there. And then there's that page. So I will really, I know, enjoy adding this to a journal. Just really like it. And this is something that I added there, but you would have seen all of that. And I love this because that's her as she later on in years. And I just love looking at pictures that are, you know, from the young and then the old. And this is her, I believe, right here. One of those, I don't know, they both look like her. But anyways, this was something to do with the Titanic. And I guess I should have read the article, but something to do with that. Anyways, so here's this. And when I actually put this in a book, I'll still use this, but I'll just, you know, close this part. But for now, I'll go ahead and just close it right there. Doing this makes me want to just cover it and leave it like this because I really like this a lot. So anyways, once again, here's circle, here's advertisement. And I do thank you for joining me. Hope you'll continue to stick around as we complete all of these 50 stack challenges. I can't believe we're on 38 already. But I'm also going to be doing other things. Going to be making some journals. I don't know the extent of that, if I will actually do those on camera. I don't know. But I do have one coming up. It's more of a flip through, maybe giving you an idea of a type of journal that you could make. But anyways, if you would like, you can comment, hit the like button, the notification bell, and I do thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.